Hey folks, Vince Bruzio here from Previews World. We finally made it to the Fortress of Solitude. It's not easy to get to the Fortress of Solitude because you got to lay out Lex Luthor, you got to punch out the Penguin, a lot of hard work. But eventually you get to the Fortress of Solitude, you get to meet Marguerite Bennett. Yay! How you doing, lady?
Very good. How about yourself?
I can't complain. We finally got a chance to walk up the steps and dying to ask you about what's going on with Batwoman because Batwoman #8 I think is solicited in the August previews, and the plot seems to be like, I think it's like part 2 of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas type thing. What's up with that?
So it's actually, so we're beginning, okay, so sorry, I'm going to restart my sentences 5 times. So just yesterday, we came out with issue 5, which was digitally painted by the magnificent Stephanie Hans. And it's this whole, it's this sinister, steamy summer romance from Kate's backstory, and sort of answers all of these like dangling questions left by the first 4 issues. And you know, so this is finally like, you know, like the key to decoding like all of the little bits and pieces that were in the many arms of death. And then so we go from this flashback issue to a flash forward in issue 6, where we're going to jump ahead in Kate's timeline and give you just sort of like the full spectrum of what she was and what she becomes. And then starting with issue 7 and heading onwards, it's really like, it's not quite like parts 1 and 2 so much as it's like part 1 of 7 as far as, you know, it's this brand new story all centered around family, around skeletons in the closet, around family drama, around family issues, around like what you make and what you lose. And it features a lot of Kate's like black ops paramilitary training, and has the, you know, like, you know, we're bringing the Scarecrow, we're bringing in like Prime, we're bringing in the Colony, we're bringing in Jacob Kane, like, you know, we've got a lot of stuff going on here, and it's gonna be just this really like trippin' bats crazy story. I mean, it's bombastic. It's so good. You know, and I can't, like, I've been like really stoked like from the get-go to get to do something like this climactic.
And somewhere in between you're doing Bombshells United,
yes.
right?
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out, like, how do you get a chance to figure out who exactly it is you're going to talk about? You got so many people, so many personalities and characters to play with. You know, I mean, it's like you're afraid of the one Saturday Night Live member that didn't get a chance to be in all the, you know, skits. Like, how do you decide on who you want to focus on in this upcoming story?
Let's see. With Bombshells United, you know, so we you know, had the first series, and it was like, you know, it was such an honor and such an unexpected triumph. And now, you know, with this second chance and the second relaunch with the new #1, we're essentially doing, you know, a second chance at the war. You know, so we're revisiting historically, what were the places, where did we go wrong? You know, what if we had a second chance to go back into our own history, what would we have done differently? Knowing what we know now, knowing what we knew then, how do you know, redeem yourself from, you know, these places of cultural guilt for what you did and didn't do? And so from there, it was, you know, like choosing these historical events and revisiting them, you know, with the bombshells, and sort of, you know, matching the heroines to the crisis in question. You know, and so we're going to see like all kinds of stuff. You know, we're going to see, you know, Wonder Woman, you know, fighting against the American military. We're going to see, you know, you know, Batwoman in fascist Spain. You know, we're going to be revisiting just all different theaters of the war, and just like, you know, this, you know, and then like, and beyond. So it's going to be a trip.
Well, it sounds like you got your hands full, and there's no shortage of things to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Folks, Marguerite Bennett here. Check out Batwoman. Check out Bombshells United. If you make it to the con, she's going to be signing here, running around, live, uncensored, unchained. Check her out. Make sure you also keep reading comics.